Hi, John. How you doing? You good? Okay, cool. Uh, Camera's okay? Can you hear me? Okay, nice, wonderful. It looks like you booked a time on my calendar to talk about help with getting your health and energy back on track. Is that correct? Yeah? Okay. How can I help you today? He's gonna confirm that. That's right. He wants to make a change. Okay, cool. I hear you, and a lot of the executives I speak with are in the same boat, so I can best help. But tell me, what do you feel you need help with specifically to achieve that? And he's gonna give me a tangible or future oriented goal, like I need the best fitness regime or a diet plan. Okay? Okay, cool, Joe. A sustainable diet plan. Okay, that makes sense. And what have you seen or experienced recently that makes you feel like you don't have that right now? And he's gonna give me a past oriented problem. Like, I'm working 12-hour days, eating takeout, etc. Okay, got it, John. So the real issue is a 20-pound weight gain and the constant lack of energy from the long work days. Is that okay? Is that correct? Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing that. Just a couple of quick questions before we dive deeper. Tell me, who else besides you is going to be involved in making a decision on this, like at the end of the call? Prospect is going to say maybe it's just me. Okay, cool, perfect. And what about your spouse or your partner? Okay, and what does she think about you deciding to finally tackle this today? And he's gonna say, "Oh, she'd be thrilled. Always telling me I need to take better care of myself." Okay, cool. That's great to hear because it sounds like you have their full support. That's nice. But ultimately, this is your decision to make for yourself, right? Okay, and he's gonna confirm. Absolutely, this is on me. Okay, cool. We've set the frame. They are the sole decision maker. Okay, great. So let's talk about what you're doing now. What's your current approach to your fitness and nutrition that's led to this feeling of having no energy and just gaining weight? And he's gonna describe their current like flawed strategy. I try to go to the gym on weekends. I'm inconsistent, etc. Okay, cool. And how long have you been trying to manage it that way, with the weekend gym sessions and grabbing quick meals? Okay, for a while. Okay, I see. And what made you choose that approach in the first place? And then he's gonna reveal the logic. It just seemed like the only thing I had time for. Okay, right, that makes sense. And now, besides the fact that it's clearly not getting you the results you want, is there anything you like about that approach? Like, does the flexibility of it feel good? He's gonna pause and maybe agree. Like, yes, I guess there's no pressure. I can just go to the gym whenever I feel it. Yes, okay, that makes sense. And on the flip side, is there anything you would change about that process or the result if you could? And this is where they're going to state like the problem in their own words. And they're going to say like, obviously, I changed the part where I'm gaining weight and feeling exhausted all the time. Okay, cool. Tell me more about that exhaustion. How has that specifically impacted your day to day life? And he's gonna expand on the pain. Like by the time I get home, I'm too tired to play with my kids. I just crash on the sofa and etc. Okay, the problem is now logically clear and tied to the identity as a father and professional. And then I say like, thank you for being open about that. And before we connected today, were you out there actively looking for other ways to get help with this? And he's gonna say maybe like, let's say he says no. Okay, interesting. Why not? What was it that prevented you from seeking out a solution before today? And they're gonna handle their core objection. Like honestly, I figured coaching was for athletes, and I just didn't have the time to commit. Okay, so it was a combination of thinking it wasn't for you, and the fear of time commitment. Is that correct? Yeah. Okay. Cool. And what shifted for you that has you on this call right now? If time was the big thing holding you back in the past, and they're gonna reveal the trigger. They're gonna say like, I saw a picture of myself from a family vacation and I barely recognize myself. It's only gonna get worse. Okay. And then we become emotional. Okay, oh, that sounds like a really powerful moment. Okay, let's play this out. Let's imagine for a second that we found a way to solve this, a way to get you to the energy and body you want without without it taking over your whole life. Tell me, what would tangibly be different for you in say like 3 months. He's going to start listing dream outcomes. I'd have more energy, lose 20 pounds, more confident. Okay, more energy. Yeah. Okay. And what does that actually look like? Could you paint me a picture? And they're gonna visualize the dream. It means coming home and having the energy to play soccer in the backyard with my son. Okay, cool. And step into these shoes for a moment. You're in the backyard kicking the ball with your buddy. And how does that feel for you personally? And they're gonna say, "Oh, I would feel amazing. Like I'm the dad I'm supposed to be." Okay, oh, cool. Yeah, that's really nice. But now on the flip side, what happens if you don't fix this? If you continue down this path for the next 2 years, gaining more weight, having even less energy, and he's gonna say like, "Oh, my son will be older, and I have missed out on all these years. I probably be 40 pounds overweight and at risk for health problems, etc." Okay, and how would you feel at that point? Looking back, and they're gonna say deeply regretful and ashamed, etc. So now the emotional gap is wide open, and then we go like, okay, are you willing to keep living like that, like heading towards that regret, straight toward? And they're gonna say no. Okay, and then why change it now? Because people always say that they'll start Monday or after the next big project. Why are you drawing the line in the sand today instead of putting it off again to New Year's? They're gonna state their own urgency, because I've seen where the other path leads, and I refuse to end up there. Okay. And whose job is it to fix this for you? Like I say, it's my job. Okay, John. Well, based on everything that you've told me, especially the part about needing a plan that fits your demanding schedule, I am confident that what we do will work for you. Would you like me to show you how we would get you from where you are right now to playing soccer in the backyard with your son? And they're gonna say yes, please. Okay, cool. And then, okay, but before I show you how, I want to set a quick rule for the end of our call, because typically there are three outcomes to calls like this. It's either hell yes, let's do this, or no, it's not a fit, which is totally fine, or it's let me think about it, which we both know is usually just a polite way of saying no. Okay, so to respect both of our times, can we agree to keep it a clear yes or no today? And they're gonna say yes. Okay, cool, perfect. Because based on everything that you've told me, you only need three things to get to your goal. The first thing that you need is a system for accountability, or for executive nutrition. Because right now you're guessing. It's like trying to fly a plane without an instrumental panel. Okay? We will provide you with this, and that. Okay. For you, this means no more afternoon energy crashes. Does that make sense? They're going to say yes. Okay, great. The second thing you need is a minimum dose, maximum impact workout. Okay? Because you think you need to spend hours in the gym, but that's not true for executives. We're going to do blah, 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 blah. And for you, that means that you will get the results you want in less time than you're currently spending just thinking about going to the gym. Does that make sense? And they're gonna say yes. Okay, cool. And the third and final thing you need is elite level accountability. Because when you try this alone, you are both the player and the referee. Okay, it's easy to let yourself off the hook. Okay, and I am going to become a personal guide, and I've been there, blah, 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 blah. Failure isn't an option anymore. Because when you have all three of these combined, you can't fail. And tell me, John, based on everything that I just said, do you feel like this structure will get you from where you are to where you want to go? And they're going to say, yes, I do. Okay, cool. But why though? Why do you feel like this would work when other things haven't? And they're going to sell themselves the solution. They're going to say, oh, because it's not a generic plan. It's designed for someone like me. And the accountability part is what I know I've been missing. And they can say, oh, yeah. Okay, awesome. Okay, cool. So for the complete 3 months coaching system to get you to your goal, including the executive nutrition plan, the minimum dose workouts, and my personal one-on-one accountability to guarantee you lose these 20 pounds, the total investment is $5,000. Dead silence for as long as necessary. And then he's going to respond like, move with an objection. Oh, okay. Oh, maybe just okay. That's what I expected. And when that happens, we say awesome. Okay, because the next steps are super simple. Okay, we'll get your onboarding documents sent over, schedule your kickoff call for this week, and we will get you started on the path to feeling great again. Does that sound good? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let me get your credit card information.